Hi guys and welcome back to JavaScript Playground. In this video, we will learn how to use regular expressions in JavaScript. To define a regular expression in JavaScript, there are two ways. First is the one that we have learned so far, forward slash, some pattern, forward slash, followed by some optional flags. Second is the inbuilt regular expression class. This is the syntax, new keyword followed by this regular expression class, which is denoted by regexp. Then parenthesis where we pass the first argument as the parameter and second argument as flags. This class syntax should only be used when the pattern is generated dynamically or it is being entered by the user. Don't worry if you do not know about classes, we will be learning about classes in the coming videos. Now, this regular expression class also provides us with some methods to perform searches on the strings based on some patterns. The search method, it returns the string position of the first match. The test method, it returns true if there is a match and returns false if there is no match. Also, if you notice, there's a bit of syntax difference. So with search, it's string.search and the parenthesis we pass pattern. But with test, it's pattern.test and in the parenthesis you're passing your string. So keep that in mind. Then this match method, it returns the matched string. If the flag is not set to global, then it returns only the first match. But if the flag is set to global, then it returns an array of matches. Let's give these all a try. Let's say we have this string and we want to search the position of the first occurrence of pen. So for that, we can use the search method. But before we can use the search method, we need to define our search pattern. So that, let's say pattern followed by forward slash, and inside these forward slash, we define the pattern. So let's say pen. And the syntax to use search was string.search, and in the parenthesis, we pass pattern. Let's try printing it in the console. And as you can see, it's printing 21 because that's the first occurrence. So if I remove this and I run it again, it gives 27 because now this pen is the first occurrence. Similarly, if we try to search for something that is not in the string, it gives us -1. So as you can see, it's giving us -1. All right, so moving on. Let's say we want to check whether this pen is inside the string or not. So for that, we can use the test method. So instead of search, let's write test, and the syntax is a bit different, so remember that. So pattern.test, and in the parenthesis, we pass the string. So now if I hit run, it gives me true. But if we try to search for something else, say penny, and hit run, it gives us false because there's no penny in here. All right, moving on. Now let's say we want this matched string to be returned. So in that case, we can use the match function. So string.match, and in the parenthesis, we pass the pattern. Let's run. And as you can see, it's just giving us 1. Now to get all from the string, we can just pass another flag over here, global. So /g, which represents global. And as you can see, it's just giving us 1 because we had another pen here. So let's try running it again. And as you can see, it's giving us 2 pens in the array now. Also, there's another pen with all caps. So for that, we can add another flag here, insensitive. So now the search wouldn't be case sensitive. So small I will be equal to capital I. Or in this case, small pen will be equivalent to capital Pen. Let's run. And as you can see, it's giving us 3 results. Also in the beginning, I mentioned there are 2 ways to define these patterns. So one was this. Another was using the class. So the syntax was new followed by regular expression. And inside this, first we pass a pattern. And in the second, we pass the flags. And as you can see, it's giving us null because we don't need to pass these forward slashes. We just need to pass the expression. So when I hit run again, it works absolutely fine. Let's say we just want to select all the spaces. So if you remember, we have these character classes. So we can simply do backslash small s. When I hit, it gives me all the spaces. Let's say we had some numbers here, this 101 and say 102. And we wanted to select all the numbers. We could simply do 0 to 9. And as you can see, it's giving us all these numbers. So similarly, you can do everything that we've learned so far. Also remember, the first method is how you would create regular expressions normally. The second one is only for special cases when your pattern is dynamic. So if I run again, I'm still getting the same results. Now there's just one more meta character that I would like to discuss with you. It's called dot. This will match any character, whether it's alphabet, number, spaces, or even symbols. So if I hit run, it selects all these elements. So if I just remove this global and I hit run, so as you can see, it's just giving us one. So instead of T, we had a symbol here, say ampersand. If we hit run, it gives us ampersand, or if it was space, it gives us space, etc., etc. But if we make it global, so Match will find all the occurrences of this meta character. So if I hit run, it gives us everything. We will talk more about this meta character in the coming video. And that's all for today. I hope this gave you a better understanding of how to use regular expressions in JavaScript. But if you have any doubts or queries, feel free to drop a comment below or reach out to me on Twitter. I'll add my Twitter handle in the description below. See you in the next video. Bye and take care.